here, and we're going to do some readings tonight. So if you have any questions, then be sure to read the description so you can understand like how to get a reading. Unless you just want to listen for a collective reading, that's fine too, okay? All right. So I have a fan going on in the background, and if that bothers anybody or you can't really like hear me, let me know, and I'll turn it off. Just a little musty. It's a little stuffy in here. So, yeah, so first we're just going to start with collectives. It's been a while, you guys. Just going to see where this goes, you know? I have a few different decks I'm using tonight, so there should be room for any kind of question you have, except health-related questions. Please leave those out. Alright, so we are going to start with, let's see. First of all, thank you for being here. And what should we begin with? Collectively, what should we begin with? If you're new or, you know, it's been a while, so I have some different kind of rules going on. If you want to know how to get a reading, go ahead and read the description. It's just helpful, just really quick read it. It's not too long, and it'll tell you how you can get a reading, okay? Stick around for the collective if you're just here to kind of see what's going on. I welcome you. How's everyone doing? First card we get is the Ace of Cups. That's a beautiful card, you know? Ace of Cups, it's all about abundance, happiness. Some would even say it's about love. There's not enough context right here for me to really get into it, but that's all I can really say for that. But it's a good card, you know? It shows that there's a lot to be gained emotionally, you know? It feels good, it's a good energy, it's a good vibe. You know, somebody feels like they have a lot to give. Maybe they would like to receive, or they're receiving now. Okay. Eight of Wands. I think that there's a direction that somebody's going in. It's a very, like, specific direction. Whoever this is for, whatever this is about. So somebody took a break, it looks like, and now they're kind of at this crossroads of sorts. You know, there's decisions that need to be made, conversations that need to be had. You know, if you can see that, we have the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. So a lot of communication, kind of mental energy, you know, we're talking about here. Maybe there's some words that were said or need to be said. There's some decisions that need to be made for sure. So somebody's sitting here like, yeah, you know, I took a break for a while. I rested. I did what I needed to do. Had my little self-care moment. Now I have some decisions to make, and there's a certain direction that I'm going in with the Eight of Wands. There is a certain direction I'm going in. And what I'm looking for is this abundance, or this happiness, this feeling of love, or this feeling of acceptance, or support that I'm so looking for and that I so need right now. Or maybe you have that to give as well, you know. There's just a lot of love or happiness or a lot of joy, a lot of abundance to be given or to be had here, to be received. So where are we going with this? Somebody's taking a break, they need to make some decisions. Now they're at that point where they're like, all right, what decision am I going to make here? I need to have some conversations with some people. I need to like get my people together and kind of negotiate or discuss what we're thinking about doing. I don't feel like you're by yourself, you know? It's like a group effort kind of thing. Even though it is a decision like you're making on your own, it's something where you're going to have to like try to get some other people's advice and opinions before you just make this decision. You know what I mean? Which is how we do most things in life, right? Well, so yeah, if you guys, hey you guys, if you want a reading for yourself, I'm just doing a collective right now, but if you do want a reading for yourself, go ahead and read the description really quick. I know, it has been forever, I know. I'm just, you know, I'm just on here, I'm just trying to I'm just on here trying to, you know, put it out there again and see what happens, you know, trying to reach out to some people. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And if you guys want a reading, go ahead and read the description, see how you can find one. And I'm going to accept any amount tonight just because, you know it's hard out there for people. So it's like if you want a reading, you can get one. It's very, you know, I'm making it easy for you tonight. Okay. But if you don't want one, you know, don't get one. I'm glad you're here. Just listen to the collective. Like the video, please, if you can, just really fast. That'd be awesome. Really appreciate that. It helps me out. And subscribe if you haven't already. All right. So, let's see. Okay. So, let's get into this. So we see collectively here, there's somebody who, like, there's a lot of love to give, or there's a lot of love to be had, and somebody's, like, looking for this, or they are trying to give it to somebody. And, like, somebody went on a break for a while, and now they're going to be coming back, trying to make a decision on something that needs to happen. There's conversations that need to be had, and they're going to make those decisions after they get some advice from people close to them. Right? So what do we need to know about the decisions that need to be made? Is this about love? Is this about career? Is this about, like, relocating? Okay. So we have the Tower. And the Tower here, I'm going to move this light really fast because it's, like, not showing the cards enough. Is that better? Yeah, a little bit. So we have the Tower. The Tower is all about transformation, you know, things kind of coming to an end and then rebuilding. So it's nothing, like, scary. It can seem overwhelming, and it can seem like, no, like, I just do not want this to happen. I don't want all of this to come crashing down and I have to rebuild, you know, that's hard to do. So it's like somebody doesn't want to have to do that, of course, but the Tower is a really important card to have, especially, like, at certain times in your life, because you're transforming and you're turning into a new kind of thing. So, I mean, it's necessary. Even though it's overwhelming and it's scary sometimes, it's necessary. So we're going to go with it, right? So things are going to come crashing down. Things are going to come and just change completely. And that's okay for now. You know, we're going to just roll with it. We're going to roll with it. Okay, this has to do... Okay. I'm getting earth sign energy, also the energy of a very responsible person. A person who, like, has their shit together, but right now their back is turned and they're kind of trying to focus on themselves. And so there's a lot of personal transformation that's been going on, or that's about to go on, and this person really needs to kind of stand tall and be there for themselves. They know that. They feel that. It's hard, of course, but that's what they're going to do. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, like, stand in their own and trying to navigate the world, of course. There could be, like, people coming back into your life after a long period of time. You're coming together for a good purpose, for a good cause, and that's a good thing. It's almost like somebody's Saturn return, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're, like, this is like a moment of transformation in your life where you're going to stand tall, you're going to do everything you need to do, learn the lessons you need to learn, and, like, it's going to be really good. It's going to be, like, very, it can be hard, I guess. It could be, kind of difficult, but it's just part of life, and you kind of have to face it and deal with it at some point. So, life lessons is what I mean, you know? Life lessons are happening now for some, and it's felt. It's felt, for sure. There's, like, a lot going on here. But some people are going to come back into your life now. I'm not sure if these people are going to be a good thing in the situation or if they're going to be bad, so let's find out. Okay, so you're carrying a lot of the weight. I mean, there's a lot that's going on, like I said, and you're just, again, trying to stand tall in your own energy, trying to navigate this, figure it out, and just like decide what you're gonna do now. Like, there's like, this is like the brink of a moment where you're just like, there's so many things that you need to be doing, so many decisions you need to make, and like, it's on you, kind of the pressure. So you're like, this is a lot, but there's people around you who will support you. But then there's those people around you who are, I don't want to say like drag you down, but it's just that they are not going to help you as much as maybe you had thought. So hey guys, go ahead and like this video if you like the video. It would help me out a lot. Just like and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can see how to get a reading in the description. Glad to have you here. So we're just doing a collective right now, okay? Yeah, I really miss it. So I'm just, experimenting tonight, just kind of, doing some stuff, some collectives, and, of course, if anyone wants a reading, of course, um, check it out in the description how to do that. All right. So yeah, there's somebody who's very independent here, standing tall on their own, and they're like trying to keep their head together. It's difficult. There's a lot of changes and a lot of transformation that's about to happen. You're looking for this abundance, this love, this support. It's there, and you see that, but also there's people around you who are going to kind of distract you from it. They might need help from you, and so that's kind of a thing where you're like, I need to focus on myself. I can't really help anybody else right now, but just the person you are, you're going to, and it might distract you a little bit though. Try to stay focused. This person's like very responsible. Like I said, it's kind of almost like a Saturn return feeling. It's like they know that there's so much, like there's going to be a lot of life lessons right now, and a lot of things that are changing, and just a lot of things that they're going to have to realize, and they're going to have to make do with. It's life. But we did see the tower in there. So we see that tower, we see a lot of change coming, and some people are reluctant for that change to happen, but it has to happen that way, and it will be okay. It'll rebuild. But again, I see, there's this kind of like, you're carrying so much weight on your own still. So you're kind of looking for that support, but it's there, but there are some people who aren't going to be so helpful. So, I mean, you still are carrying a lot of this weight on your own. Like, no matter who's around and who's helping you, you still feel that pressure, and it feels like you're on your own, but you're not. But it feels that way still because it still is on you. So, tell us what they need to know to kind of, like, guide them through this time. Like, what's something that can be helpful to them, so that they can get through this time without much trouble, or just, what's the best way? Like, I don't want to just be like, stay positive, what's some solid, like, advice for these people, whoever this is for, so that they can better navigate this situation. Okay. Nice. So some of you are not going to want to hear this, but some of you are going to love it. Basically, you are making some distance from something that you're very familiar with right now, or something you've been very familiar with. Like, reluctantly so, but you are moving away from it. So it could be literally you're moving away, like far away, or maybe an hour away. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just whatever the case is, you're moving away from something you know. It might not even be relocating. It could literally just be like your friend group, or your like your job. You have certain people in your job that you associate with. You're trying to like step away from certain people or certain groups. It's just better for you. Right now, whatever the case may be, you are moving into something that's so much better for you. Like, if you could see that now, because I know some of you are like, this feels so wrong. Like, you're so reluctant to like make that jump and to make these changes, and I get it. It's normal, especially with that tower there. Like, things are going to come crashing down if you don't make these changes. So it's like you're kind of in a place of like, you're in a rock and a hard place, right? And but what I see is you moving away from things that you're familiar with now, and moving into something that is more you, if that makes sense. Reluctantly so, but you are moving away from things that are familiar to you and have been familiar to you right now. I know some of you are not going to want to hear that because you're like, no, I do not want to change. Like, everything, I like it right now. I just got it to be the way it is, you know. Or some of you are like ready for that change. You know, some of you are just like, yes, I just want to go somewhere else, or I just want different things around me or different environment. But yeah, for the most of us, it's difficult to make changes that are so drastic. So I mean, I get it. It's just that is something that needs to happen right now, and it's part of that tower moment. But it's all going to be for the better for you. So soon enough, you will see that everything's going to get better once you step into this, you know, and accept it kind of for what it is. You know, don't delay it any longer. You know, you see where you need to go there. Don't question it too much. You know. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't see the Ten of Swords as something that's like necessarily like you're gonna get fucked over or something. It's like you you're ending this part of yourself. It's almost like, you know, a death is occurring, but it's not literally a death. It's like a transformation. Again, you know, it's that scorpionic energy, that Pluto, you know, the very just like transformative and life changing. You know, like you can't go back after that. You know, somebody dies, not literally, but somebody dies, you know, for example, you can't go back. You know, they're dead. And it's almost like that, but with this whole like moving on thing, you know, you are cutting that part of yourself off and out. That's not gonna happen anymore. That's not a thing anymore. That's no longer. And it's gonna feel rough. And sometimes it's gonna feel like it's the wrong thing. You know, sometimes it's gonna feel like it's not at all the right thing. And you're just gonna question, like, you know, is this the right thing? But it seems like you're moving into something that's better for you right now. I love the High Priestess. The High Priestess is such a great card to get, especially when you're like not sure, because she's sure. Like intuitively, she's sure. She knows where she's going, what she's doing, and why, you know, even without all the information, she like knows what the fuck's up. And it's really cool. I mean, if you are one of those people that you like get little like you are really in touch with your intuition, like this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's just you know what you need to do. Maybe you're in denial of that right now, or maybe you're not, and maybe this is like hitting with you. You're like, I really need to do these things. Like, dang it, you know, I don't want to, or it's just gonna be a lot. It's gonna be hard, and yeah, it is. But like your body, your soul knows you need to do this. You need to make these changes, and you need to go this way, and you need to cut this part of yourself off. You need to like transform. You know, it's time. Like I said, it's like somebody's Saturn return almost. It feels like, and like I said, you're not on your own here. You've got other people involved in this. But again, the pressure is on you. It's like you are the one who's steering the ship. You are the one who is making these decisions ultimately. They are your decisions to make, and that may feel overwhelming and kind of like that's a lot of pressure. But, you know, you've got to stand tall in your own. You know, I see the Queen of Wands here, the King of Pentacles. It's like somebody's very responsible, somebody's like very independent. They know what they need to do, and they're standing tall here. Maybe they even have to like stand tall, represent things for other people. I'm not sure exactly what that's about. But it's definitely like a leader, a person who's like, this is what I need to do, and like they know that that's them who is the one who has to like ultimately make the decision or make these choices, make these changes, and you know, see shit transform. So, all right. All right, so yeah, that's a big thing for someone out there is like totally you guys having transformations. It's my Saturn return right now, so it's kind of funny. Like, I'm probably having to do the same thing, and I don't know if that reading was for me or what. But collectively, yeah, it's like there's so many things transforming and changing right now, and people are just going to have to, like, go with that. And some people aren't going to want to do it. Everyone's reluctant when there's changes, and it's like, some people embrace it, and those people will like have the most fun because they don't shy away from it. But it can be hard if you're very reluctant to change. It can be hard to get a card like the Tower, you know, because you're like, I do not want this to end. I don't want to change. I don't want to, you know, have to do all this and that. I just got settled. I don't want to have to move, or like I don't want things to be different, you know, like I was just starting to get used to it, this routine. It's better for you to move forward into something that's better for you, okay? And like the High Priestess is there, so it's like you'll see that, you know, you'll feel that. And if you start making little changes, then you'll start to feel that, you know? You'll start to see how it's better for you. So I have this past life deck. I think it's a really cool deck. I just wanted to bring it out because, you know, we're looking at a lot of changes here, and maybe your past can kind of help you to learn, you know, why you're doing some of the things you're doing, why you have some of the habits you have, or why you have some of the issues you have currently. You know, what is kind of a factor in that. We all have free will, so we can all, like, make changes at any time. Doesn't even matter what our past was, but it does matter, you know, like, just to kind of reflect and to know, like, this is where I came from, this is kind of what I was dealing with, and this is where I have to go from here, you know? So we're going to look at what's the lesson here. What's the lesson in your past life that you are having to now kind of reflect upon? How is this going to help you now? What's the lesson? Truth and discernment. Truth and discernment is the lesson. See where it says lesson. Truth and discernment. Truth and discernment. It's like knowing what's what. You know, like I know what I'm looking at here. Like I know what I'm dealing with here. It's not something that I'm unfamiliar with. Like this makes sense to me. I'm doing this for this purpose. It's going to be a good thing. Let's see what your trauma is. Like the trauma, like what's holding you back, what's the fear, what's the thing that you're most afraid of, or there's just something that is like standing in the way kind of your growth or of your moving forward into this for yourself. What is the trauma that is preventing you from seeing this and moving into this for yourself? Psychological or verbal abuse. I also saw something in there that flashed by. I didn't choose it, but I think it is kind of relevant now more than I did a second ago. It was loss of identity or reputation. So psychological, verbal abuse, some of you are experiencing or have experienced, and then, you know, loss of reputation or status. So it's like you've fallen from this point where you thought you were good, and somebody knocked you down, or some situation knocked you down. Maybe even you yourself knocked yourself down, you know, because you're just like going through it and you're not sure how to deal with it. And so you're kind of like beating yourself up about it. It could be, you know, it doesn't have to be another person, but it most likely is another person, you know, that's contributed to this or played a role in it. Hey guys. So now we want to know, like, is like psychologically or verbally abusing you, or you even doing it to yourself, you know, you putting yourself down, you just not seeing yourself as enough and not picking yourself back up. Of course, this is probably started by somebody else who kind of like took you off your pedestal, not pedestal necessarily, but your status point, your reputation. You felt comfortable there, and now you're not there anymore, and you're like, I don't even know what to do or how to, you know, fix this. This is a lot. People are going through a lot, which, you know, that's life, but it's just a lot. Tell me the energy of this person right now. Hey guys, we are doing a collective right now. If you want a personal reading, look in the description. Find out how to get one. Tonight I'm taking any donation amount for a reading. You know, I know it's hard out there. So like this video though, if you're just here to watch, that's cool too. Just like the video really quick, I'd really appreciate that. That'd be awesome. I'm just glad you're here. We can be together and enjoy this. Join in. Collective energy. Give support to each other. You know, everyone needs support here and there. That's what we're here for. Okay. The energy of this person for this next collective. Let's get the energy for the person. Alright. Man, I am sorry, you guys. It is Tower again. So, we had the Tower on the last collective. It's coming up again. Thanks for the likes, you guys. So we have the Tower again. Things are like falling apart right now for some people. And that's not a bad thing. Like, the Tower is not a bad thing. I just want everyone to know that. The Tower is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's something that has to happen in order for other things to build. You know, you have to, like, end this part of yourself. Like, you know, close the door to open another one, right? It's like that. And, yeah, the Tower's coming up again, so somebody else is going through a lot here. Is this person reluctant to changes happening, or are they inviting these changes? And are they welcoming these changes, or are they resisting these changes? Okay. Okay. Okay, so this person's been through a lot, and they're dealing with a lot of the aftermath of things that have gone down recently. Could be a Sagittarius. I see here Temperance, but it doesn't have to be. Just putting that out there. But this person is very, like, they've kind of gone through a lot recently to where now they're realizing things, and they're kind of, like, more patient, and they're more understanding where they have to go, what they have to do. Like, they're just accepting more of things that have to come, and they know it's going to be hard, and they're like, or it's been hard very recently, and they're kind of just like, yeah, you know, they're like understanding of that, accepting of that. They're not really shying away from it, so that's good. Nine of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. I mean, people are walking in this energy of, like, abundance. They have what they need emotionally, and they're kind of, and because of that, they're, you know, things are going to work out, you know, for them in a way, you know, more so than not. Like, things are going to work in their favor. And I'm not going to say, you know, you're going to get everything you want and everything's going to work out perfect. But hey guys, thanks for the likes. Like this video. Thank you. Good to see you guys again. Yeah, people are, you know, you're not going to get whatever you want. It's not like that. But you know, as long as you're walking in this energy of, like, understanding, like, there's things you have to do and there's things that just need to happen. Like, you know, we don't always want to do things, but we have to sometimes. So as long as you're kind of keeping that mature and responsible energy about you, I feel like things will come in and things will be working in your favor more often than not right now. So that's good. This person is not really resisting it. Maybe there was a little bit of that in the past, but now there's not as much, and it's working better. You know, it's working a little bit better for them because they're not so closed off to the idea of complete change and transformation. Again, the High Priestess and the Seven of Cups. So, there's so many options here, of course. There's so many things that you could do with this. This person knows what they need to do. So why are you showing me this? Like, what is, I mean, what's the, this person is seemingly confident, seemingly knows what they need to do. Okay, great. What is your point here? Like, what are we trying to tell them? I guess just, you know, keep going in that direction. Like, you are doing the right thing by taking the high road and doing what you know you need to do, even if it's hard. Sometimes, you know, we see people around us that are just effing off, not doing what they need to do, and we've all been there, but right now, it's just time for you to do what you need to do. You know that, and that's what you're doing, and so things are kind of working out better. And there's so many doors that are opening. There's so many options that are just coming towards you and opportunities. You're like, wow, why didn't I do this like forever ago, you know? I should have just listened to myself or whoever. The Emperor, okay. Yeah, so somebody who's like definitely standing in their own energy right now and really feeling that, really just living that. There's no question as to what you're doing. You kind of feel confident in yourself. Maybe after some time of like not feeling confident in yourself, but now you're there. Good, good. All right. So this person, you know, whoever this is about, you are doing the right thing. You know, you're on the right track. You're doing what you need to do. The last collective we saw, that person was kind of like, or those people were kind of, the energy was more like reluctant to change, not really wanting to change, kind of seeing it as a bad thing. And you, this collective, more we're seeing like this person is evolved a little. They're seeing like, yeah, it's harder when I'm resisting. It's better when I'm kind of going with the flow of life. And I see this is what's opening up for me now because I'm not so resistant or reluctant to change, okay? Whenever I see the Tower and there's reluctance to change, it's so much harder just to deal with that because people, like the Tower is change, and if you're reluctant to change, like it's just going to be so much harder. Whenever you see the Tower in a reading, just try to be more open to any kind of, you know, roll with the punches because things are going to change and it may be uncomfortable at times, but if you're able to keep a positive mindset and just kind of like accept it for what it is, so hard to do sometimes, I know, but it gets easier and things start to kind of open up for you. So that's what we're seeing here. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. We want to switch into like love readings and stuff. Are we doing that? Let's do that. I wish I had my other deck because I just got this new deck and it's beautiful. It's borderless and I love it. But I just moved, so all my stuff is in storage right now and I couldn't find it in time, so I just have to work with what I have, but that's okay because these decks work too. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're going to jump into the next collective. We're going to talk about love now because everyone seems to like want to talk about love always. That's like a very favorite topic, so let's jump into that. Hello. Let's jump into somebody's love life. Like what's going on out there collectively with, let's match the energy of the room. What does somebody need to hear right now? Somebody in this room, what do they need to hear about their love life? What are they trying to figure out? What's coming towards them? What's, you know, some way to fix the problem? You know, what's the issue? Can we connect with somebody in their love life right now? There's somebody out there, I feel like, who is like, you know, you want love. Everyone does, but you're kind of more on a mode of like, I don't need it. I'm independent. Like, I'm not gonna seem needy, or I'm not gonna like ask for things that like I can get for myself. Like, I don't want to seem too needy or like too like dependent. There's that energy of like a very independent person. Somebody who has like a lot they've built for themselves and they're secure, you know, and they're like trying to like, for them, love is kind of like a risky thing because they have a lot to lose, you know, and they have a lot that they've gained by themselves. And so they're like, do I even invite somebody else into my life right now? Like, I mean, are they just going to take from me? Like, you know, there's always that kind of fear, or that kind of, oh, you can't hear me? There's always that kind of fear, or that kind of, like, worry that a person... It's okay. I'm like, really, what? Nothing changed. But yeah, so there's always that kind of worry that like somebody's gonna take from you, or just like be in your life to use you, or something like that. You know, like you've gained so much by yourself. You don't really need anybody, and so it's kind of hard to like open up to a person and be vulnerable in that way. And there's people that feel like they're like ready for that, but again, when it comes to doing that, it's a whole different thing, and it's scary, and it's just hard to like allow yourself to open up to a person like that. King of Swords, air sign energy here, Six of Wands, okay. But you're really trying to just get towards something that's like more um, honest. Like, there was relationships you've been in that have had problems with like just being honest. And it could have been from you, like being honest, like not even lying, but literally just like being truthful about how you feel and about what you think, and you're just trying not to like ruffle the feathers, right? So like it's really important for you to be in a relationship where you guys are just open and honest and vulnerable with each other. That's something that's difficult to come by. Again, you know, you've had a lot of progress, you've had a lot of victories, you've had a lot of like a lot of attention for your accomplishments. So it's like it's a whole thing where you're trying to get comfortable with like having another person in your life, and like their reputation matters, and like how they affect you matters. The Ace of Cups is here. I mean, you are ready for it. Like, you want it. You're looking for it actively, and it's kind of a lonesome thing without it. You know, you're wanting to share this with somebody. Yeah, you know, you've had a lot of success. I mean, Nine of Pentacles, you can take care of yourself. Are you looking for somebody to take care of, or are you looking for, like, somebody who can take care of themselves, too? Are you trying to start a family, like, with all your success and all your wealth and all your, like, security? Like, are you trying to invite somebody in to share that with, or you want somebody who isn't going to, like, come in between you and yours, having a hard time trusting people? Queen of Wands. Yeah, so there's like so much energy here of somebody who's just so fiercely independent, and they're just like not used to like meeting another person around. Then again, you have the Ace of Cups, like you're wanting that, you're inviting that in, like your energy's all in the right place. You know, you're trying to be open to it. You don't want to just enjoy your success on your own. You don't want to just have all of this abundance on your own. You want love, you want to share it, you want to receive love, and you want that to be reciprocated. You want it in your life. So it's a hard like transition. How can you easier how can you make it easier for yourself to make this transition? Like, how can this person let go a little bit of the fears they have of letting another person in, and what that could mean for them, and how that could change their life? Because on the one hand, they want it to change their life, and on the other hand, they're like worried about how it's changing, or how it could change their life, you know, because it will, of course. So what's something to ease that tension a little bit and ease that fear that they have? A little word of advice for them so that they can kind of feel better about that, and maybe a little more open to like putting that energy out there. Okay. Mm. Okay, so I see now. The wound is somebody in the past came in, tricked you, hurt you, manipulated you even, maybe we could say, and took things from you, and you didn't see it coming. It was like, it was definitely you getting fucked over. It was deceptive. It was a person like not telling you the truth, and so hey, so you were caught off guard. You know, you were caught off guard, and now it's just difficult to kind of see why another person would want to be in your life. Like you're wondering, that it's worth your time. You are worth somebody's time, but the last time that you let somebody in, they kind of took you for a ride, right? So now you're at a point where you're like, I want love, and I want to give love, I want to receive love. I'm open to that. But what I've created for myself, like whether it is security financially or whether it's just like your well-being, your self-worth, like your self-care, you've been working on it, and it's like you really don't know how to just like put your defenses down, because the last time you did that, it was totally like things were great, and then just somebody took you for a ride, right? So it's like that's a hard one. I mean, that's a difficult one. Um, right now you're just kind of unsure how to like let your guard down. Hey, and you're trying to let somebody in, but it's like the last time you did that, somebody really just took you for a ride, and you're like, is it even out there for me? Like, is somebody just gonna do that to me again? Because they did it last time, and I just don't know how to trust that they won't do it again. Like, how do I make sure that doesn't happen again? Basically, is your whole dilemma here. Hey guys, like this video. Hey, from Australia. Okay, let's do a card for you. So you guys, tonight, like I'm doing something totally different, and I'm doing readings for anyone who wants one, but you do have to donate just like whatever you can. Okay, I'm not even gonna put an amount on it, like $1 at the least. I mean, but literally $1 is like, you can donate $1, and there's a way to do that in the description. I have my Cash App and my Venmo there. I'm sorry, there's not more options for payment, but I'm trying to like take it easy, and just I understand like it's really hard right now for a lot of people. So if you guys do have a question you want to ask, go ahead and ask it. Donate like $1 or whatever you have. It doesn't even matter how much, however much you feel is that you can do comfortably, reasonably, and let's get that reading going. I'm down. I'm here for you. Let's do it. Right now we're doing collectives, but if you do have like a personal question, go ahead and look in my description of this video, and it'll tell you how you can make a donation of any amount at all. And I'll answer your question for you, okay? As best I can. Like this video too. If you're just here to listen, that's awesome. Glad to have you here. Like this video, okay? Really appreciate that. And subscribe if you haven't yet. It's been a while since I've been up here, guys. So I really appreciate all the engagement I can get. What happened to like Secret Witch or Emo Wit or Secret? I forget what her name is. I always like High Vibrations 44. There's this new guy that I'm into. This kind of country a little bit. There's like a few readers that like I used to read with sometimes, and I don't know what happened to them. Like everyone's kind of like cycling out, and there's new readers now and stuff. So it's been a while since I've been on here, and I really appreciate your guys' likes and for you engaging in the video and just being here. It's awesome that we get to share this together. It's really cool that you just get to go online and do this if you want to. So today we're looking at some collective energies, and if you do have a question you want to ask, you can donate any amount at all. And in the description, it'll tell you exactly how to do that, okay? Thanks for being here. Thanks for liking this video. Just really quick, just give it a tap. Really appreciate that. Okay. What are we gonna go into? Okay. We have the Magician here. The Magician. It's like a lot of energy tonight of like, you know, somebody coming into their own power and like really just working on themselves and trying to do what's best for themselves. And like there's changes happening. There's a lot of transformation that's going to take place. And it's very uncomfortable for some. And for some, they're like standing in that energy and they're ready to go, you know? So, let's see what's going on here. I know that there's somebody out there who's like wanting to know how a person feels. And they're like waiting to hear some energy that's related to them. Can you just ask your question? Like, I mean, because I know it's a specific thing. Oh yeah, I get that. Girl, been there. Yeah, that's always frustrating, you know. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, I feel like there's somebody out there who's like, they're like waiting for the collective to like make sense for them. And there's a person in their life, they want to know how that person feels. So I'm going to try to touch base on that. I don't know if you're here still, but if you are and you're wanting to know how a person feels, let's jump into that, okay? Somebody wants to know how someone feels. How does somebody feel about this person? Like, what do they really feel? Because there's a lot of mixed emotions here and a lot of things happening that people aren't being clear about. There's not a lot of honest communication, and if there is, like, it's not it's not like dishonest communication. It's just a lack of really clear communication. It's not like, here, this is how I feel, blah blah blah, do. No, it's like, what the fuck's going on here? How does this person feel? They're not really telling me. I'm kind of seeing them do certain things, but I don't get it, you know, because they're not coming towards me anymore. Yeah, they're putting a rest to this. It's a Four of Swords. So somebody like comes forward and then they like kind of take a step back for a while. They're like hot and cold, you know? It's just kind of confusing. That's the energy I'm getting of that person, is hot and cold. And right now, they're cold. So you're like, what the fuck is going on here? When are they going to come back? Are they going to come back? I mean, there could be more than one person involved. We have the Three of Swords. King of Pentacles could be an earth sign person. They could be focused on their career, or just like things that are, like, they're just not looking for a relationship right now, even though they're kind of coming to you and flirting or whatever they're doing, but they're just not really ready to give it their all, you know? They're not ready to give it their all. And they can say that's for whatever reason, you know? But I see that it's something about, you know, it could be financial, it could be just like security in general, which could be like the place they live, their car, their fucking job. I mean, anything that has to do with like them feeling secure is kind of something that's more important to them right now. And there could be more than one person they're talking to as well. Like they're talking, they're not really getting anywhere with it. They're hurting people is what they're doing, but they're really not really trying to, you know? They're just kind of out there. They're not trying to hurt people, but they're just not really taking other people into consideration as much either. So what's this person's next step with you? I don't see this person coming through and being more like honest or open. I feel like right now they're just kind of closed off for whatever reason, and they are not going to open up right now. I don't want to say they're being like deceptive necessarily, but they're definitely not being forthcoming, and they're not telling you like certain things that maybe you would want to know. Like I'm talking to other people right now, as well as you. Yeah, so they're looking for something that they don't have. Where are they looking for that thing? Yeah, there's a lot of problems in their life right now. There's a lot of people in their life that they're having trouble with. It could be their family, their friends, their roommates, you know? Um, so they're kind of avoiding that and trying to focus on people that make them feel good. And hey, you're one of those people that make them feel good. But you're just not one of those people that they really want to reciprocate that to. I mean, I don't see them reciprocating it to anyone, really. They're just kind of focused on themselves, which is kind of shitty. But I mean, they're not trying to hurt people. They're just kind of like on the move. And they're going, and they're not really like trying to base their energy anywhere. It's kind of just, you know, they're trying to avoid their life. And you're one of those ways that they can avoid it. Which is kind of shitty to hear. But things will be more clear as time goes on. Like, as you see kind of like their actions or their lack thereof, you'll start to understand, like, okay, this person's not really serious about me. You know, I do see them working a lot, so if they're saying, like, I'm working a lot, that's not a lie. I feel like if you can kind of get them in the right moment, you can get them to kind of open up a little bit, honestly, about what's going on. And they're trying to start something in their career right now that is taking some time and energy and effort, and it's taking like a lot of their focus. But they are still trying to get close to a person, but not close enough to where they're really going to give anything. You know, they're not being fair really with you in that way, but they're wanting fun. They're wanting to just forget about all the responsibilities of their life right now, but they're not really trying to give something or like nourish it, you know? So I would just like take a step back from that person, let them figure out what they're doing, and will they come back around if you do that? What does it look like, you know, if you kind of take a step back? Are they going to kind of come back through and see what's going on, or is that going to make them give you more attention? Oh, yeah. Knight of Cups. So this person, again, it's the Knight of Cups. So we're talking about, like, somebody who's not, like, fully matured or ready for, like, to step into that whole, like, mature relationship. But they are going to probably come back around if you do take some space and some distance right now. I don't know exactly what that means. Like, will they fucking do everything that you want? No. But they will give you more attention if you kind of take a step back right now. I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but no one's looking to just be the side, like, thought, you know? So, I mean, like, if I'm honest, I think it's probably just a good idea to kind of, like, let it go because they're not ready right now for anything serious. So, I mean, you can take a step back, see if they come back forward. That looks like that's what they're going to do, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be, like, ready then. It could just be, like, this hot and cold thing, like we saw in the beginning. This hot and cold thing where they're here, they're gone, they're here, they're gone. They don't really know what they want right now. They don't really want much. They're just trying to kind of, like, avoid their own life and, like, have some fun here and there. You help with that. It's not something to, like look look forward to, think that it's going to work out. I mean, they don't seem serious right now about any kind of relationship, but I do see that if you back off a little bit right now, then they will probably, try to look for you and kind of see what's going on. Not to say that that's going to mean that they're going to be ready then either, but they will be giving you more attention than they're giving you now if that's what you're simply looking for. Yeah. So that, I think I'm just going to end it there, guys, because it's like about an hour. And we've got a few collectives in there. I hope you guys resonated with that because there was a lot of energy going around there and a lot of, like, independence, a lot of changes, a lot of, like, things you, like, are realizing and, like, stepping into your own, like, having to make decisions. Thanks for sticking through with me the whole time. Divine, love you. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I will probably go live again, and we'll see what else comes out. It's really exciting to see, like, all the energies that come out. And again, if you guys want a reading, like, I do private readings too, so leave a comment or comment in the chat, and then I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll do this again. And again, I'm going to put it out there, like, any amount donation. If you guys have a personal question, that'd be cool. I'll answer it for you. As always, I love answering questions for you guys. And we're going to try to get, like, the ball rolling with this again. I'm going to try to, like, put some more readings out there. I might do some, like, sign readings for the month and see if you guys resonate with those. I'm pretty, like, just getting back into this, so it's really cool. It's fun, and I like to see you guys again. So, yeah, I mean, have a good night. Like this video. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Get your questions ready. And, yeah, love ya. See you soon, okay?